Chest.
3, 4, 5. Now hips. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
1,
2, 2, 3, 5. Next, arms. 1, 2, 3. Boogie drop.
Teacher, oh teacher, please don't keep me after
2, 2, 3. Boogie rolls.
Teacher, oh teacher, please don't keep me after school.
Side steps.
Cause it was somebody else that went and froze the room.
Let's come back
One
to
more
chest.
I
And
have a
chest.
picture of you. The picture came out of the fight, but it's not my fault that you look like Frankenstein. Teacher, oh teacher,
hips.
please don't keep me after school.
Arms.
Must have been another boy who went and froze the room.
Boogie drops. Boogie drops. Boogies. Side steps. Start again with the
One more
chest.
time. Now try and do something different.
And hips.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
That is me. Hips.
Hips now. 1. And arms.
Now when I get my report card, my dad would throw a
Boogie
fit.
drops.
He's gonna break my heart right in the place just where I fit. Teacher, oh teacher, please don't keep me after school. Cause it was somebody else that went and
And
froze.
side steps. Take it away.
I ain't no fool.
So just rock side to side. Add that step and pose. Toe taps. Slides. Scoop.
While I was down in Tennessee,
Hip
my
hops.
friends was glad to see me. See some of them down by there.
Double pops.
See some cotton kids with their sacks on their back. They say,
Up, down.
hey man, we're glad to see you back. We got a new dance they call bacon
Freestyle.
It go.
Add your chest.
That's it.
Add your hips.
Then you go. But the chicken was never like this.
Add some arms.
Yes.
Use the arms.
Feel like I wanna holler, but the crowd too small. And that's it. Then I went down to see my lovely
Boogie
J.
drops.
His name was King. He lived down Tennessee way. I say, hey man, what is this new kind of jump where you wind up twice, then you end up with a
Anything you
bump?
want.
He said, Dig Daddy, it's a natural fact. It's sweeping the South, that thing, the bacon fat. You go.
Use the arms. Use the level changes. Level changes. Emphasize those hips. And the arms. Keep the arms alive. Always working the arms. So welcome everybody to blues, and this is number 2. But the first thing to do is check the space around you. Have you got plenty of room? You're not going to bash into anything? Yeah, so the floor's all clear, and you know how you feel. You know if you've got any injuries you need to take care of. So just do what you're comfortable doing, and just, you know, take care of your own body. Be responsible for your body. We're going to start with the chest. We are going to think there's a piece of string and we're going to pull it out. And then we're going to cough and it collapses. So we pull the chest forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Trying not to think shoulders, but try and think the chest. So I always imagine when I was learning, there's a piece of string, it comes forward, you release it and you collapse. Forward and back, forward and back. One other thing I should have mentioned is soften the knees and then stand up straight, and then soften the knees and keep the knees soft. And you want to very slightly press the ball of the foot into the floor so there's less weight in the heel. And from there, chest forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Then you can place one hand on the rib cage and pop it to the side, and then you can push to the other side. So you push and you push, and try to isolate the rib cage. Remember, knees bent. It's so much easier when the knees are soft. Push one side, the other side. Now, don't push. I see this happening. Watch. Don't push yourself over.
Timber.
You need to isolate just the ribs. So the reason I'm putting my hand on the side of the rib cage is that's where I want to feel it. So this is for people that haven't really done a lot of isolations, and I'm pushing myself over to one side or over to the other side. And of course, once you feel comfortable with that, try and keep the shoulders without moving. So don't rock the shoulders, keep the shoulders where they are, just the rib cage. And then of course you can take the hands away and just do. Now my shoulders are staying pretty level. I see a little bit of this happening, which is another thing. We're going to add shoulders later, but for now, just the rib cage. So we've got forward, side, back, side. Forward, side, back, side. With the rib cage, good. And then think rolling the rib cage all the way around. Rolling, circles, and back the other way. And circle, and ribs. The next thing we want to do is soften the knees a bit more and hip. Pop the hip up to one side. I always imagine a bucket of water, tip the water out of one side, so you lift up like a pail of water. And then the other side. So lift up the hip and down, hip and down. Go right and left. Go one side, the other side. And hip, and hip, and hip. Hooray. And then of course you can go forward and relax. Forward, relax. Forward, relax. So think forward, and I'm thinking drawing, lifting my tummy up, the belly button trying to lift up. So I'm tucking the hips underneath as I thrust them forward. Luckily not to you, to the window. And then I relax them. Thrust and relax. Hips and boom. Hips, relax, hips, relax. And then I'm going to go forward, side, back, side. Forward, side, back, side. So you notice I'm doing it in points. I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to smooth it out and make a circle. And I'm really trying to go to the extreme of the hips, pushing them back, around, forward, around, and circle. And just because it feels good to do it, make a frame with the arms. So can you see I'm not moving the arms, although it might look like I am, because I'm making a frame with the arms. Versus just here, you can't really feel the movement. Here, you can feel the hips rolling around. And if you haven't, change direction, go side, go back. Go side, go forward.
Can you explain the shape of the arm actually? Because at the moment we have a little bit of panic arms.
Cool. For me, I want to show off my hips. I want to show the fact that I'm making a circle. Now, if I've got my arms here How big is the circle? I'm not doing anything different with the hips, but the arms make it look like a bigger circle. So I'm actually drawing up my elbows. I let the hands just hang there, and I call that a frame, like a picture frame. Yeah? So really lift up the elbows. So not the shoulders. This looks like you've just been in a scary zombie movie. Yeah? So you want to think elbows up, hands, point them to the floor, but maybe just hold a sort of, you can either, I like snapping my fingers. Snap, snap. Now, what I notice is some people are doing this with the arms, and you're losing the frame by having the hands coming forward. You need to drop them straight down. So I'm not lifting up the hand. This is lifting up the hand. I'm lifting up the elbow. And that means I am feeling like I'm pushing my shoulders forward slightly. And I do that to create the frame. Yeah, that's nicer. That's frame, that's better. And I'm doing that. And maybe have the hands slightly in rather than out. I have them slightly in, because to me it's like it's that 30s, I'm reversing direction, 30s style jazz. I'm also feeling a little bit of a roll through the feet, rolling onto either side of the feet, and I'm emphasizing the hips. Now remember, we can go pulsing, boom, 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 smooth. And also we can go pop and pop and pop and hit, like I'm trying to bash something. Pop and pop. Not the arms, because we're isolating the hip. So I don't want it to throw the arms out. Pop, like I'm trying to hit my hand, but it's not quite getting there. Pop and pop and pop. Whew. Straighten up, take a breath, shake the legs out. Okay, arms. We can go up and around. So here I'm lifting the elbow up. I'm leaving the hand where it is. Yeah, so I'm not lifting the hand up, I'm lifting from the elbow. And the last thing is the hand. And then maybe I'll bring it down again. And then the last thing will be the hand. So other side, I lift the elbow up. I draw the hand up. And I rain it down. I bring the hand up. So starting, imagine someone's just got hold. See, again, I'm seeing this. That's me lifting the hand. This is me lifting the elbow, the arm. So the arm comes up, and again, I'm trying not to exaggerate the lift of the shoulder. Yeah, the shoulder will lift, but I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on lifting the arm up, and then the wrist, and then the knuckles, and then the fingers. And when I come down, I want to do it as though I'm going through molasses or water. So I'm not just going, oh, I'm going, yeah, like, And we go up. I'm sure I've seen that in some rock concert. And we come down slow. And again, I'm lowering from the elbow. So the difference is you're thinking, where am I moving from? I'm moving from the elbow, and then I add the hand. Rather than, I'm just going to drop my hand. Yep, let's try the other side. Lift the elbow up, lift the wrist, the knuckles, the fingers. And it's like a light shining out the fingers because it's powerful. And then it draws down from the elbow. The elbow. My tummy is still solid. It's connected. It's all working from the core, always. And then I bring it down with a feeling of tension and passion. And it's in here that I'm feeling the passion, but it's coming out through the hand. Ooh, that's a lot, isn't it? Let's move the elbow to the side. And bring it back.
Nice, Lindsay.
To the side. So I'm again thinking elbow, wrist, knuckles, fingers. And then I'm going to, I don't want to do a body roll. Just thinking up, and let's turn the hand over, and as though we're pulling something back towards us. Think up. Oh, sorry, I'm going out to the side. And up, out to the side. Turn the hand over and pull it back. And although I'm isolating the arm, there's a slight movement with my rib cage to add something. Just, if I was doing this towards you, it's like I'm coming towards you and I'm grabbing and I'm pulling you back in. Now, here's a difference. Do you want some spaghetti? Shall I give you a plate of food? You know, you're offering this or you're offering this. So there's a difference between lifting the arm up and pushing the hand out and drawing it back in with tension and power, or just going yeah, here you are, take what you want. You know, it's not, we're not serving food, we're trying to go, yes, 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 no. Okay, again, always start from the, I call it the belly or the core. So just lift the core up like you've got a zip, zip. See, there's a little bit of tone in the tummy. Hips, by the way, just when you stand, careful you don't arch. You don't want to be thrusting forward on a sort of comfy position. You just want to tuck the hips under so that if this was a bucket of water, nothing's going to spill. If I do this, it spills out the front. If I do this, it spills out the back or outside. So you want to just tuck the hips underneath you so it's more straight. So it's more straight, so it's straight. Lift up from here and we can wave the arms. And again, I'm trying to think elbow, wrist, knuckles, fingers, and then I'm painting something on the way down.
Yeah, it's looking much nicer. It's fuller movements now. And I think maybe we can add the idea that the intention starts in the core. So I can see now a bit more tension in the core and really nice movements, but really it's almost like the movement starts in the middle and comes out with the hands.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to boogie drops. So we're going to go. Now we've got different varieties. We can go 1, 2, 3, drop. Is the classic. So I'm going to draw one leg in and I'm going to go tap, and then I'm just going to make a little semicircle, tap, tap, drop. Or let's do 1, 2, 3, yeah, drop 4. And then go the other side. 1, bring it in, 2, 3, drop. Now, when I do the drop, again, I'm thinking hip as well. 1, 2, 3. My foot's here, but my hip's back here. Now I have to transfer the weight. That means it's going to come off of my left foot in this case. It's going to come off the supporting foot and it's going to drop onto the other leg. So I go 1, 2, 3, drop. 1, 2, 3, drop. And notice how I'm transferring the weight. So my weight's on my right leg, and then when I'm ready to drop, I push the hip over, everything else follows, drop. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, drop. 1, 2, 3, drop. And as I'm stepping out and I'm going slightly wider, I'm turning my hip towards that foot, and you have to let the back foot turn with you. If you don't, it's sort of, yeah, it's a different styling. So I'm letting that back foot turn. 1, 2, 3, drop. 1, 2, 3, drop. Okay, let's do different variations.
I wonder if it would be helpful to just do the drop without the boogie part. Just and drop and drop. Yeah, you can even like sort of step out and drop.
Just take one leg. Just tap the foot out to the side and drop. And drop. Think Elvis.
So you have that complete change of weight and that really
now,
down feeling.
When I
and
drop,
then you can add.
Notice all my weight ends up on the foot I just dropped onto. Yeah. And drop. And then we could go tap, tap, drop. Before I went 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to go 1, 2, drop on 3, hold 4. 1, 2, 3, hold 4. 1, 2, 3, hold 4. 1, 2, 3, hold 4. Now let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap, drop, hold, hold. Tap, drop, hold, hold. Okay, we're trying to play with isolations where we're working on different bits of the body. I'm going to do too much with the arms. If I go 1, 2, it's not wrong. But this exercise, I want the focus to be on the tap and the drop. The boogie and the drop. So it rolls. Tap, drop. Tap, drop. Tap, drop. Wait, wait. One more time. Let's do a step and a drop. Step, drop, wait, wait. Step, drop. Let me count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2 width this time. 1, 2, 3, hold 4. 1, 2, 3, hold 4. 1, 2, 3, hold 4. 1, 2. Let's do 3 taps. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Freeze. So notice I'm pushing my weight. So I'm trying to give some shape to the body as well. So I'm not just sort of here. Although I'm not focusing on the top of the body, there's always got to be some shape in what you do. Okay, can we move on? The boogie, classic boogie. Now, normally in the shim sham, you might do a kick and a step and a kick and a step. I'm hoping most of you may know that. That's the classic. 1, 2, 3. However, when we come to blues, it's a lot slower. So yes, this may work fine, but maybe we want to dig the toe in front and then roll and roll and roll. And this time roll and change weight. Dig the toe in front, roll the hip once, roll the hip twice, and let's change weight. Let me turn around so you can see it from the other side.
Maybe from the side so we can see how your hips are coming forward.
Check those hips out, babe.
Oh yeah.
Stand on the left foot, put the right toe in front. I roll 1. So see how my hip goes over my left foot, goes over the right foot and keeps circling and coming back. And then when I'm ready to change weight, like our boogie drop, I drop onto it. Then I put my other toe forward. Now I'm standing on the right foot and I roll the left hip. And I roll the left hip. And I roll and step on it.
It's mostly the left hip though, isn't it? Not really it's not both hips going over.
No, no, no. Well, when I just want to roll here, 1. I'm keeping the weight on my standing foot primarily. Maybe a dash of weight goes into the other leg. But when I want to change weight, then it all goes 100%. So 1, 2, and step. 1, 2, and step. 1, 2, and step. 1, 2, and step. This time let's do a single step. So we just go step and roll, step and roll, step and roll, step and roll. And I will point out one other thing. I'm trying to take the maximum movement from the hip and it's actually pushing my heel off the floor and then it drops down as I step on it. So my heel comes off the floor because my hip is lifting it up, my heel is off the floor and then I drop down on it. Step and roll, step and roll. Okay, have we got a thumbs up so far? Cool. Last of the exercises is the side step. And we're just going to go step and tap, step and tap, step and tap, step and tap. And it's a clear step to the side, tap with no weight, step to the side, tap, step, touch, and a little bounce. So let's actually start with the bounce. Bounce, 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 step, tap, step, tap, step, tap. Now, when we do blues, let's talk about the bounce. Watch the difference. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to say wrong. I'm going to do it different how I don't normally do it. Can you see my bounce is trying to go up? Whereas actually what I'm thinking is down, 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 step, boom. So my bounce is going down, down, down. I can get lower or slightly higher, but it's everything going into the floor. Down, 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 step, tap. And of course I can take it bigger or smaller. Or bigger and smaller. Okay, so we did chests, we did hips, we did arms, we did the boogie drop, we did the boogie roll. It's called boogie, but I call it boogie roll because we're rolling the hip, and we did side steps. That's all we're going to do. We are going to do 2 8s of each, and it's really up to you which styling you want to do. Because I showed you, for example, in the chest, you could just do pop, 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 pop. Or you could pulse it round, or you could do it smooth. You could just do sideways, or you could go forward and back. So you can choose what you want to do, but we're trying to isolate. Doesn't mean we can't move the rest of the body, but our focus has to be on chest, hips, arms, a boogie drop, the boogie roll, and the side steps. 2/8 of each. So if I count it out, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, switch to the next.
Shall I call out? Or you
Yeah,
call
okay,
out?
and we'll call out the steps we're doing. So we're going to start with the chest. Oh, what's the music?
The music is After School Blues. Robinson.
Chest.
3, 4, 5. Now
Next.
hips. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
1,
2, 2, 3, 5. Next, arms. 1, 2, 2, 3. Boogie drop.
Teacher, oh teacher, please don't keep me after
2, 2, 3. Boogie rolls.
Teacher, oh teacher, please don't keep me after school.
Side steps.
Cause it was somebody else that went and froze the room.
Let's come back
One
to
more time.
chest. And
I
chest.
took a picture of you. The picture came out real fine, but it's not my fault that you look like Frankenstein. Teacher, oh teacher,
hips.
please don't keep me after school.
Arms.
Must have been another boy who went and froze the room.
Boogie drops. Boogie drops. Boogies. Side steps. Start again with the
One more
chest.
time. Now try and do something different.
And hips.
Sorry,
Oh, sorry.
that is me. Hips.
Hips now. 1. And arms.
Now when I get my report card, my dad would throw a
Boogie
fit.
drops.
He's gonna break my heart right in the place just where I've been. Teacher, oh teacher, please don't keep me after school. Cause it was somebody else that went and
And
froze.
side steps. Take it away.
I ain't no fool.
That was looking good. I saw lots of variety. I think sometimes you were thinking so much about moving in different ways that you didn't always move to the music. There are a few bumps and strong moments in music that didn't really come out. It might also be because you're not familiar with that song. But as much as possible, we want to marry what is possible, what we have in our body, and what we hear.
So, was that a thumbs up? Was it easy? I mean, I think it's not difficult to move a different body part. Well, to isolate is difficult in itself. But then did you explore different ways? And I found with the music that maybe one time I did it smooth, the chest, another time I pulsed it round partly, or one time I just did one roll, and then the next time round I just kept on one foot, or I kept swapping weight. So you want to mix it up a little bit. Even though we've only given you a basic concept, a basic step, you need to mix it up and find variety, flavour, spice. Give it a little bit of in what you do. Right, taking that concept, we're going to move on to a different exercise now, aren't we?
We are.
We are going to do side steps. So we are just going to literally go side, side,
It's not even a step.
side. Well, not stepping really, but I am changing weight. I put all my weight onto one foot. I put all my weight onto the other foot. 1, 2. And to do that, I push off, I push over, and I'm slowly transferring the weight into the other foot. Push and transfer. Push and transfer. Notice I'm thinking, I'm pushing off one leg, so I straighten up a little bit. And as I transfer the weight, I'm going to drop in a controlled manner. So it's not a drop sharp, it's a controlled drop. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. That's number 1. Side rocks. Side, side. But again, I'm pushing off the floor, and so it's not just this, it's like you suspend in midair for a second. You're still moving the whole time. And again, let me just do it wrong for a second. This is me leading from the shoulders, but I want to lead from the floor.
But the shoulders are following. So I see some of you are actually leaving the shoulders behind, which is a different movement.
You like that?
No, it's sort of a chevron shape.
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
But you want the shoulders aligned with the hips, and this, like, to just keep it very simple.
Okay. So should we just have a quick burst of music?
Yes,
Second song.
I think we should. This is Egyptian Fantasy by Sidney Bechet, the one and only.
Play with that. What ideas can you come up with to do that a little bit differently? It's just, you're simply going from left foot to right foot or right foot to left foot. What can you do with it? So just have a quick think for a second. We can put some music on and let you try and come up with some different variety.
Was clear. So people are adding things like the boogie drops, and John says we could add a break in. So I think your question was without changing the step, without adding any other step.
Yes.
Is that right?
So here's what I did. I'll give you a couple of ideas.
I think some of you did get the right idea.
The basic 1, 2, 3, 4 could suddenly become 1, 2, 3, 4. Quick, quick, slow. D. So I could change the rhythm. So instead of D, 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 da, D, D, da, D. So I can speed up, I can slow down. Okay, I then added extra up, down, up. So I pushed off, not quite like a boogie drop, I'm still just going from side to side, but I added an extra up, down. These are all minute, small changes, but that's what makes blues. And then I did at one point go down low, and then slowly came up as I did my side changes. So I had, we call the level changes. So I can change the level. I can focus the emphasis on the up, down, slow, up, down, slow. Or I can even go up, down, quick, up, down, quick. So it's the small changes that make blues the beautiful dance it is. So should we just try that one more time? Or, yep. One more quick burst of music.
It was quite nice actually. I think Joyce had that variation. I saw it in somebody else as well. But it's up. Instead of going straight from side to side, you sort of took a detour forward to the side. I thought that was quite nice to just change.
So it's slightly circular.
Yeah, change the trajectory. So you're transferring the weight, but you're taking a little detour.
Okay.
It's quite nice.
Second step. Oh, it's all right. Now you can do some. We can do a step and a tap.
Okay. Step, tap. Step,
So I'm purposely
tap,
closing the
step.
feet.
Close, step, close. And for now, I'm not adding a big pulse. I'm just closing the feet.
Yeah, closing the feet. Okay, not tapping, just closing.
Step, close, close. And even though it's a very similar movement, it gives us a different flavour, doesn't it?
And this is the whole point. This is like spices in cooking. You know, if you just do the first exercise, you're basically keeping the feet pretty much where they were.
Spot, yeah.
And now you're closing the feet. And you're using that leg to draw in and out. So it's a subtle difference, but that's the difference we want in blues.
It's parsley.
It's the parsley of the blues, as opposed to the coriander, which is coming up next.
That's coming next.
Okay,
That's more adventurous.
Let's try some music for a second.
Step, close.
Okay, now let's make a feature of tapping the toe.
Okay, step, tap, tap. And I'm sort of going to use my bounce to make it, it's almost like a pop, but down. One, cha, one, cha, one, cha. You probably are familiar with this one, but just let's do it consciously. And let's make sure that we do it differently to the side to side and the side and close. So we're choosing to go step, tap, step, down. Should we have a bit of music? Should we do just this one or mix all three?
We'll start with that one and then we're going to mixing.
Okay.
And then switch into the other varieties. Play with it. Play with rhythms. Play with height change. Play with going up first. Play with going down first. Nice, good. That's nice, Joanne.
Often the devil's in the detail. It's not about looking for lots of new moves and cool variations. I think really blues is minimalistic in that sense. I think that's what you were saying, Simon, that it's really coming back to your basic, but do them consciously and being aware of those very small differences that really make a difference when you interpret the music. Doing this or closing the feet, probably both are fine, but it says something different.
So for an onlooker, it might be the same thing, but it's actually different, and those are the differences that we want.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue.
Great. What's next, Simon? What do you want to play with next?
A slide.
A slide. Okay, so
So
for a
push
slide,
off
I'm
and
gonna
slide.
bend my leg, my standing foot, and push off onto the other foot. Slide.
So bend and a push.
Slide.
Drop
Bend,
down.
push off, and I'm sort of reaching. I'm sort of placing my foot where I want to end up and then dragging the foot. Push off, slide, slide.
Nice. And Joanna said very nicely, trying not to overthink the steps and just trying to do the steps, but get the rhythm and timing. Yeah, beautiful. That's a good description.
Then maybe I can take my time to slide, drag the foot behind, or try actually to almost glide across the floor.
Cool. So let's try with music. We'll start with the slides, but then maybe we can add to the other stuff we've done. But really making it clear which one you're doing.
Purposeful.
Set touches. So now inserting. Try to use all the different variations. Rhythm changes. Okay, did you hear that bit of music? And did you see how easy that was to make a simple side step reflect the music?
Yeah.
How did it go, Anna?
And it's really satisfying. I did a Maybe play the music because I
Yeah.
can't really sing it very well.
Navigate. Let me just get the music queued up, 1 second. So I'm just going to rewind it slightly, and then when that section of the music comes on, I've just rewound it. We're just dance game, but listen out for it,
Yeah.
and
mark
we'll
it.
call it out. Slide. Rhythm.
Oh, sorry, but
Bum, ba-dum. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Could you hear how that music changed, and of course your dancing reflected that, and that's what we're looking for.
Yeah. Just because I did that just now, we've been facing the camera and standing on the spot mostly, but you know, you have some space at home. See if you can also bring your movement around, use more of the space, more directions.
And this is all very danceable with a partner. So as a leader, I could just lead those side steps. I could also lead a close, and I can lead a tap. And it might be I'm just doing a side step, and Anna decides to do one of the other variations. So my feet are still apart, and Anna might choose to, what are you going to do?
I'm going to close my feet, maybe I'll add a tap, maybe I can slide.
So Anna's choosing to slide within that section, that framework that I'm giving Anna. So she chose to do something different, or maybe I, as a leader, could actually, I can either lead it or I can leave it up to you to have the space to do, which is what I would do normally.
And ideally it's a choice, so hopefully I can feel that he's doing just a side to side, but I can choose to follow that or to add something, and hopefully it's not because I misunderstood him. I kind of know it's not the end of the world.
Now Anna, I know one of your favourite treats is ice cream, so how do you put that into the side step?
Okay, well, I'm gonna get a big scoop of ice cream. Scoop up. So for a scoop, I'm going down, around, and I pop up at the other end. Down and up. So again, just like the slide, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna step out where I want to end up, and then I scoop like an ice cream. Scoop up.
And Anna's very good at scoops of ice cream. She's practiced. So imagine you've got the scoop, and you know how before you take the scoop, your hip goes in the opposite direction, and then you scoop to get the maximum.
Yeah. Tip the scoop before you go in.
Yeah,
tip
that's nice, Joyce. Good.
And scoop.
That's nice, Lynette. Yeah.
So again, very similar. We're going side to side, but in a different way. We found a new way to reach that destination.
And again, you could choose to change the level and drop it down really low and come up. You can choose to change the rhythm. You can do it quick, so you could do it on slows. So there's different ways to do it. Okay, quick blast of music. Adding some ice cream scoops.
Starting with ice cream, and then we add the rest.
Should we just start with the very first one we did, the side rocks, and then go into ice cream scoops? We can see the difference.
You don't want me to have ice cream, do you?
And then scoop. Brings us nicely onto the next move, which is a hip hop.
Oh, good.
So we go side and pop.
A bit of hip. Side, pop, side, pop, side, pop, side, pop. So when I go to the side, when I want to pop, I'm going to prepare by having my hip in, so I have somewhere to go with my pop. Imagine you've got a button, and you know you're holding lots of things, and you want to hit the button, and then again hit and push. and prep opposite way and hit with a hip and push, push.
Okay, let's try that with the music. So hold on, let's have a quick recap.
Yeah.
So far we've got side, just side. We've got side and close. We've got side, close with a tap.
Which got a bit of a down feeling.
We've got a slide to the side. And we've got an ice cream scoop, slightly different, going down and up more, adding the rotation. And now we're going to add the pop. Step, pop, step, pop. And you can choose to mix it in with any of the other variations that we've done. Music?
Music.
Listen to the music, reflect the music in what you're doing. Nice. That's good, Helen. You can see that. Okay. What if we did a...
You cut out a beautiful ending.
I know. If we did a... By the way, this is Sydney Bechet and it's called Egyptian Fancy. If we did a single pop, we could do a double pop.
Yeah, I think I have played with that already, but we can
Pop,
repeat.
pop, pop, pop.
It worked quite well with that tune at the beginning, actually. Bum, 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 bum. When it goes da 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 do 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 bum bum.
Okay, so should we? I like that. Let's do that. So, what did you do?
Pop 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 round. Pop pop
Double,
pop, pop,
single,
pop, pop,
and round. Let's do a double, double, single, and round.
Okay. 5, a 6, a 5, 6, 7, and
Double, double, single,
and
round.
Double, all the way, double, single and round.
Let's try that to the music. I like it.
And double, double, single, round, and double, double, single, round, and pop, pop, round. Try different heights. Maybe more bouncy.
Almost like a boogie roll.
Yeah.
Okay, add in some of the side steps, the taps, the slides. Add it all in. Nice. Have we got some thumbs up? Is it working?
Whereas hopefully quite nice is that it's steps that you know how to do, most of them. You can always work on the oscillations, but you can see how much space there is to improvise with just that side-to-side movement. There's a lot we can do and say on the music, right?
Let's have one last variation, which is an up-down. So you go up first and then drop down. Up, down, up, down, up, down, which is different to the ice cream scoop, which sort of went down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's slightly different emphasis. Yeah, the emphasis is on the up first.
Direction. Up,
Drop.
down,
Up,
down. It's like going over something. Imagine there's something on the floor. Up, down, up, down, up, down. I can actually add a little
and then
bit.
show the difference with the down, up, down, up, down, up. So there's the two differences. Okay, let's try the up, down one more time. So, and up, down, up, down, up, down. Nice. That's nice. Yeah. Okay, let's try that with music. We'll add that one in the pot.
Ups, downs, and everything in between.
Start with the up, downs. Up, down, up, down. brand new song, which is going to have a different flavour. So now we've got some movement, we're going to try and put that into the new song. So I'm going to start the first time by calling out what I want you to do, those different variations, and then I'll just say freestyle and then just mix it all up any way you can. So together we start with just side rocks.
What song is it?
Hurry on now. Side steps.
Side steps.
Side steps. And a tap. Make it a clear tap. And a slide. Slide. Let's go for a scoop of ice cream. Down up first. And a hip hop, hip hop. Maybe add a double pop. Okay, up, down. Anything you want. Freestyle. Add in some of the stuff we did earlier. Add in the chest. Add in the hips. Add in some arms. Basic side step, adding some arms. A side step with a boogie drop. A side step with a boogie roll. And relax. Cool. Let's try it to one more song. Again, it's going to be very different. Again, we're going to start, I'm going to call it out, and then at the end you just make it up. And you notice how I think you got that we added in some of the stuff we did in the first half of the class, and you can want to still add that into your basic side steps. Here we go. This is bacon fat. So just rock side to side. Add that step and close. Toe taps. Slides. Scoop.
While I was down in Tennessee,
Hip
my
hops.
friends was glad to see me. See some of them down by there.
Double pops.
See some cotton kids with their sacks on the back. They say,
Up, down.
hey man, we're glad to see you back. We got a new dance they call bacon
Freestyle.
fat. It go.
Add the chest.
That's it.
Add the hips.
Then you go. But the chicken was never like this.
Add some arms.
Yes.
Use the arms.
Feel like I wanna holler, but the town too small. And that's it. Then I went down to see my lovely
Boogie
G.
drops.
His name was King. He lived down Tennessee way. I say, hey man, what is this new kind of jump where you wind up twice, then you end up with a
Anything you want.
He said, Dig Daddy, it's a natural fact. It's sweet in the South, that thing, the bacon fat. You go. That's
Use the arms, use the level changes, level changes. Emphasize those hips. And the arms, keep the arms alive. Always working the arms. So it's amazing what you can do with just a side step, isn't it? You know, who thinks side step? Okay, well, I've done a side step, that's 2 minutes. But actually, when you break it down and you think about it, there's so much in there.
Yeah, it's so rich.
Yeah.